So here I am inside Little Blue 2. Believe it or not, I'm actually taking a break from work. Yeah, I'm out here napping. Well, not really napping, but laying down while I'm taking a break from work. The other guy came in a little bit late today, so I did a bunch of shows by myself in the morning. So he's got to do like 3 shows to catch up to me. So that means while he's doing the show, since we have another guy there to help hand out tickets and stuff, I can kind of chill and relax a little bit. So I'm here inside Little Blue 2. Just wanted to give you guys a shot all around of what it's like when I'm laying here. I don't have the front side open because I don't care for people to see that I'm out here in the van, but I do have the back open and the doors kind of slightly open, so there's a breeze like blowing through, and it is nice and cool out here. But this is where I'm at, which is straight ahead is actually, I think, Orlando International Airport. But on this side, it's not the passenger side, but all the commercial stuff like United stuff. I think USPS, FedEx, and them maybe on this side. I don't know about FedEx, but I think I saw USPS. And even the U.S. mail, I think, has a little area here where they get their mail. I don't know if they get any by air, but I'm at the Navy Exchange to do those knife shows, and just chilling here. I got about an hour, I think, before it's going to be an hour, maybe an hour and a half before it's my turn to go back up there and do some more shows. So I decided to take advantage of this opportunity to just lay out here and just relax. That one of the benefits to this job is that when you have multiple people, there's a positive and a negative side to it. The negative side is that you have to split the day in half, so you and the other person each do like 8 shows instead of 12 each. But the problem with that is you actually end up earning less because you have less shows that you're putting on, but also you're competing for customers. So you and the other sales guy are essentially competing for the same customers, and then the issue is when they have returns. You know, you don't really know who the return belongs to. So the company generally will split it and then assign some to you and some to the other person, even though the returns might have been all from the other person. Normally that's not an issue, but for me it is kind of an issue because I'm not what you call a hard salesman. I basically let the customers take the items if they want it. You know, I don't force it down anybody's throat. I don't make them feel guilty if they don't take it. I pretty much do my show, letting them know how nice the knives are, and I let them know if they want them, grab them while I'm here. I don't make them take them. So if they take the knives, they really want them. So I seldom get any returns. But some of the other salesmen, they're kind of a little bit more aggressive. They kind of shove it at the customer, and the customer takes it, then just puts it on a shelf, and it comes back that it didn't sell. That's not an issue, except that it gets credited as if it was mine, and then they take money away from me, my commission. So there's no real way to show that it wasn't mine, so the company just does it automatically, and that hurts me when that happens. I actually prefer to be at a location by myself so that if any come back, I know it's mine. And, it's not an issue where you're competing with the other salesperson for the same customers, and then you're, having an issue where they push really aggressively and a bunch come back and it gets credited to you and it wasn't yours. And you lose money as a result. But I'm not going to worry too much about it. Sadly, I was just told that I'll be back here again at the Navy Exchange next Monday and Tuesday. So that means that it's going to be rough. So I haven't heard where I'm going after this, so I don't know. I know some of you have been sending me emails wanting to meet up and stuff. The problem is I don't know where I'm going to be. And with this job, they stick me all over the entire state of Florida, potentially. So I can't really plan to meet up with anyone because I really don't know where I'm going to be at any given moment. I kind of find out like last minute, like I'm doing right now. I just found out today that I'll be here at the same location through till Monday, Tuesday of next week. And then after that, I don't know where I'm going. I'm kind of hoping they send me back towards South Florida because I did pretty well over there. I'm hoping they kind of put me by myself, but I think because of the schedule and my insistence on having the weekends off, that they're going to stick me with somebody else, which, it's kind of bad because it means that you have this issue with the sales return. But, I think they will have me there so the other person can get 2 days off in a row and kind of use me as a filler so that people can take time off. Because this job, without enough people, the people who were here were getting burned out. They were having to pretty much work non-stop, which is bad. But that's pretty much what's going on. My sales number are so mediocre, I think, at this place. I did have a day by myself, and I actually managed to do 16, which is about average for me. I usually do between 16 to 27, sales per day when I'm working by myself. Over here, I've been getting like 2s to 4s or 6s in one day. Meaning that the whole day only sold 2 or 4 or 6. That's terrible. And then my best day here so far has been when I had 16, but that was because the other guy wasn't here. So all the sales went to me because I'm the one who sold them all. So today, so far, I've done, I think, 3 shows, and I've sold 3, I think. So I've got another 5 more shows to do because we got to do 8. When there's 2 of us. So I got 5 more shows to do my sales, and hopefully the numbers will go up. The good news is my routine has almost come back, so I'm starting to become more comfortable again with the pitch and able to, ad-lib and whatnot and make the show more enjoyable for myself as well as the audience. So it did come back. It is kind of like riding a bicycle. It just took, a little bit more effort than I thought it would. But I've crashed a few times. But yeah, I would say I'm about 95% operational as far as jumping back into the routine of selling knives. And that's what's going on. Now, I thought I might go ahead and talk a little bit about some issues or some stuff that might have been of concern for some viewers and stuff, because they point out things that are kind of obvious, but just wanted to give you a little bit of a philosophy about it. Some people think that, are surprised that I don't want to work weekends because that's when the biggest money is made in sales. But the reason I have those weekends off and insist on getting the weekends off is so I can spend it with my children here and my wife and her daughter. And that to me is more important than even the money, even though the money is important. The reason for that is, tomorrow isn't promised. We can die at any given moment. So the kind of life that we want to live and the kind of person we want to be, we should be living every day. I know some of you say, well, you work hard now and then you can get it later. The problem is this. I've had people around me, including my own parents, just die very suddenly. You don't know when your time is up. And so when you say, well, I'm going to do this later, later might never come. You end up dying before later gets here. So you never do what you say you're going to do. I try to live every day as if it were my last. And I treat everyone and even my own days and myself as if each day were my last and each moment were my last. So for me, spending the weekends with my family is very important. I need the job to make money because I have to pay the bills and whatnot. But at the same time, what's the point of it all if all I'm doing is working for money to pay the bills and not really living and spending time with my family? The other issue has to do with visitation and whatnot. If I don't stick to the visitation schedule, my ex-wife will not let me see my children at all. I've gone to court over it, and the judge basically says, well, if you don't have a schedule, then it's not her fault that she won't let you see them when you're off work. So it's very important that I am consistently available with my schedule. Otherwise, I don't get to see my kids. And if the whole point was to just get a decent job or whatnot, not worry about seeing my kids, I wouldn't even be here right now. I had job offers to become a teacher, an English teacher overseas with my friend from college. I could be in Japan right now or in Thailand teaching English. But then, I don't get to see my children at all. So you have to kind of balance what's important to you in life. And I think that family and being there for my children is very important. So even though I take a hit on not making as much money as I possibly could on any given job, I spend every moment with my family that I can and, appreciate the time that I have with them, because I don't know how much longer I have left, or they have. We never know what's going to happen to people. So I try to treat everyone and every day as if this might be the last chance I get to be with them. And it makes every moment that much more special, and it puts things into perspective. So hopefully you'll understand a little bit more as to why I would opt to have the weekends off, even though those are the most lucrative for a job such as this knife selling gig. I think a single person who doesn't have wife or kids to return home to, this is a perfect type job for them on the weekends. But for me, the priority is to make sure that I can pay the bills, as well as pay the child support. But other than that, if I get some extra money for fun and things like that, it's great. But money isn't what drives me. It's and what do they call it, a necessary evil. I have to earn enough to make the payments, but I want to balance the two and actually enjoy my life and not just feel like I wake up to work every day until I die. So I wanted to thank you guys for tuning in. I hope that gives you a little bit of insight as to my reasoning and why I do what I do and make decisions that seem kind of counterproductive or stupid in a way. It's because I'm not driven by money. I'm driven by something, for me, that's a lot more personal and more valuable than money, and that's family.